Hey. Well, good or bad, at least I'm only at one movie tonight. And it was 90 minutes. Since I saw King Arthur 2 weeks ago.
We saw Snatched. Presumably a joke on a vagina.
Oh, yeah.
Or, it's a weird allusion to the Brad Pitt movie about the diamond.
Snatch, yeah. I wish they would re-release Snatch. But anyway, yeah.
I enjoyed this movie, and I was not expecting to.
It's actually a little bit better than I thought it was going to be, and I don't really even think it's that great necessarily, but it's okay.
First of all, my bar is still the dinner low.
Good point, yeah.
Second of all, it wasn't nearly as embarrassing as I expected it to be, because the stakes were so low. It was just, like, people would die randomly, but no one was ever in any, like, real-life danger. They were just in movie danger.
They are just in movie danger because, man, anytime they're in a predicament in this movie, they get out of it ridiculously easy. Wow, hey, there's a gun, like, right there. Like,
how fortuitous.
Like, they get out of their situations easier than, like, Beavis and Butthead were escaping shit in Beavis and Butthead Do America. But in this, yeah, it was kind of movie danger, because throughout this movie I was watching it going, I don't know how anyone gets kidnapped over there. It seems like really easy just to like make it all those Amazon
camps wander off into the jungle and
into
eventually
the Amazon
pop out into civilization.
Well, yeah, because the character will pass out, it'll cut to black, and while it cuts to black, it's easy. Like, you wake up and, oh, we're safe. We're in a commune now.
Dragged to safety while she's unconscious.
What? Okay, well, I guess we had to keep it to 90 minutes.
And
sure.
Then, like, parts of it made me, like, genuinely laugh out loud. And for me, that's, like, I probably wouldn't watch this movie again, but I'm not mad at it.
No, I'm not either, because, you were talking about, like, bar being set low with the dinner. Last year around this time, the Mother's Day movie was the movie Mother's Day. Gary Marshall's final movie. Mm-hmm. And that is actually getting re-released this weekend at AMC theaters. Like, fucking AMC didn't bring in Springfield the 40th anniversary of Saturday Night Fever, but thank God Mother's Day from Gary Marshall's getting re-released.
Yeah, I'm feeling nostalgic for last year.
For last year's movie Mother's Day?
For Gary Marshall's swan song.
Fuck! Yeah. I think Gary Marshall's swan song was several movies before Mother's Day. But, so, if you want to take your mom to go see something,
and she doesn't mind, like, seeing a boob or two.
Well, I mean,
like a bunch of jokes.
If your other choice is Mother's Day, and you want to see something that is about a mother and her daughter, okay, like, sure, this is better than Gary Marshall's Mother's Day.
I'm trying to think of, like, other mom movies. Did you see that one with Seth Rogen and Barbara? Barbara singing lady whose name escapes me.
A Seth Rogen mom movie?
Yeah, they went on a road trip together.
No.
Mom road trip. Anyway, no, that movie looked super embarrassing. My problem is a lot of the like mother-themed movies are about like, I'm so annoying. Like she's just this annoying presence in my life, and then like the huge turning point is realizing that their mom is an actual human being worthy of their respect. And that kind of happened in this movie too, which is a little annoying. But that Seth Rogen one that I'm thinking of, where they went on a road trip, I have no idea what it was. I'd Google it, but my phone is the flashlight right now.
My phone died.
It also seemed like a similar idea. It was kind of like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, only John Candy is his mother.
Okay. I do not remember this movie at all. No? Are you sure it's Seth Rogen?
Oh, okay.
Okay. We're gonna be dark here for a second. It cut nighttime out all of a sudden.
Vamp.
This movie is the movie's from the writer of
Barbra Streisand.
Seth Rogen and Barbra Streisand were in a movie together?
The Guilt Trip.
Oh God, I forgot about that fucking movie.
This guy.
Shit, I forgot about The Guilt Trip. Wow, that came and went.
I have to go on a road trip with my mother.
I don't think any of us saw that movie. What the fuck year did that movie? Did that come?
2012, apparently. Were we doing this in 2012?
We were doing this just in the summer in 2012. Maybe that's why.
Maybe it came out around Mother's Day.
It probably did. Yeah. Which actually, yeah, if it came out around the time we would have been doing this, maybe there was 2 other movies that came out and we just skipped it.
Maybe it. Justifiably, we thought it looked really dumb and decided not to go to it.
That wouldn't mean anything. Good Lord, are you kidding? Like, I sent Ryan and Jared to go see that preteen summer movie with Heather Graham and the 13-year-old. Fuck was that? I don't know. But it was when we did that, like, we drew names out of a hat and, like, Ryan and Jared were the ones that went to go see it.
Just a hat full of Ryans and Jareds. I mean, oops.
This movie is the same person who wrote this movie.
Yeah, Katie Dippold.
Yeah, she wrote Ghostbusters last year. And this movie has kind of some of the same flaws to it that movie did, a little bit. And even some of the same strengths as well. Like, I can tell that the same person made both movies. One, the internet will probably hate it without seeing it. 2, there is a lot of really awkward ad-libbing going on in this movie.
Yeah, you can always tell which of the lines that Amy Schumer made up.
Which, granted, I don't know how much the fault that would be of the writer, but okay, maybe it's just one of those scripts where it's like, yeah, okay, maybe this part will be fine for ad-libbing. There's a lot of that in this movie, and it goes on a while, and it is obnoxious, and it kind of takes me out of the movie every time that it happens. And also, like last year's Ghostbusters, the best parts are the supporting cast.
Oh God, yeah.
The supporting cast is really funny in this movie.
Like Wanda Sykes and Joan Crawford. Joan
Crawford? That's a different Mother movie.
Joan Cusack show up as like this weird platonic, like old lady girlfriend couple, and Joan Cusack turns out to be like ex-special ops, and she had her tongue cut out. She's making a face like you'd imagine a person with their tongue cut out. It's like, way to go, Joan.
Yeah, she has 0 lines of dialogue in the movie, but she's fucking hilarious.
Of course she is.
Got even in like 16 Candles, where she's in it for like 3 scenes and actually doesn't have much dialogue there either, because she's got like fucking mouth guard in and a neck brace. She's fucking hilarious in that movie. Wanda Sykes and her are really good in this movie.
Christopher Maloney shows up.
He is amazing in this film.
He's like the American man come to their rescue. It turns out he's been in the Amazon for like 3 weeks. And he was diagnosed with cancer. The doctors gave him a week to live, so he's like, "Pop, I'm gonna go dig around the Amazon." Yeah,
it starts out like he's introduced like he's Michael Douglas from Romancing the Stone, but as it goes along, he's more Bill Maher from Cannibal Woman of the Avocado Jungle. Like, as the movie slowly goes along, you realize the map he's using to guide him through the Amazon's a restaurant map, and
he has one of the best scenes in the movie. They're like at a cliffside, and Christopher Maloney's like, Bogota is right over that ridge. I know, we'll swing across. I'll go first, because I'm the man. Grabs a hold of the vine and just snaps, and he just plummets to his death.
He's got a great intro in this movie where he's, "Yes, I can get you ladies out of here." And they're like,
"You ready for a trip to adventure?"
Well, they say like, they say something like, "Can you get us out of here tomorrow?" And he's like, "Tomorrow?" And these guys sitting behind him start laughing. And he's like, but it turns out they're laughing at something else completely unrelated to it. Like, that was pretty funny. That was like a good play on that cliche. No, the movie, there's a good relationship with Ike Barinholtz and that FBI agent throughout the movie.
This like agoraphobic brother who's like trying to get the State Department to go and rescue his sister and his mother. And the guy's like, "Man, I can't do anything for him until they get to the embassy," and so he just keeps calling back and being generally a prick about it, which is kind of Ike Barinholtz's specialty, is being a hilarious prick.
Yeah, no, he was, that whole relationship was really, really funny. The movie, it was overall kind of hit or miss. Like, there are some pretty funny gags in it, but then there's stuff that goes on a while because it's obviously ad-libbed. And there's weird parts of this. Like, there's this whole tapeworm scene in the movie.
I didn't need the tapeworm scene.
That was
just
weird.
Like, she spends the first part of the movie just starving to death, and I figured they were like making a fat joke, but it turns out she's got a tapeworm, and so they don't have the drug that they need to kill it, so they have to like dangle meat in front of her mouth so the tapeworm will come out. Which I believe is an actual viable way to get rid of a tapeworm,
right.
But they like. She, like, freaks out and she's flailing around and this tapeworm is, like, flopping out of her mouth.
This was, like...
gross for no reason.
Right. That was something, like, you'd see out of something like Life with the Ryan Reynolds space movie that was out, like, a month or so ago. And with a lot of... Amy Schumer's stuff in the movie, some of it worked, but other stuff in it reminded me of how much better Trainwreck was than this.
Yeah, Trainwreck was a much better movie than this.
Yeah.
My main issue is like the beginning part where they spent like a good 15 minutes setting up what a terrible person Amy Schumer was.
Yeah.
It's like there was no reason for that other than to get the movie to 90 minutes.
I thought the same thing too. I'm like, there's really no reason this character needs to be this much of a dick necessarily to get them to Ecuador. And also, again, I saw this better in Trainwreck. It was in Trainwreck. It was written better and performed better and directed better to where that really felt like a person in that movie.
Yeah.
In this, it just kind of felt really sticky.
Shitty human being so that she could evolve into not a shitty human being.
Yeah, it was like seeing a lazier version of Trainwreck. That's really kind of what it was. But there are parts that work. There are with her in the movie. The part where the guy sees her washing her vagina in the bathroom was... now to describe this, you're probably rolling your eyes.
Because they're about to go on a date, and she's in friggin'. They're not in Colombia to start off with.
No,
Ecuador.
Yeah.
And so she's noticeably balmy, and so she's like, ugh, and like wipes out her pit, and like thinks for a moment, she ding, and so she like hikes her leg up on the sink, and she's kind of like giving herself a horse bath.
Yeah.
And then the door swings open and she looks up in the mirror and locks eyes in the reflection with the guy that she's in the date with as the door slowly swings shut. And it's just such a comedically perfect moment.
It was. Like, now if you were to describe this scene to someone, you might not sell it as well as it's pulled off in the movie. But it is like, it is just this slow door closing and they just do not break eye contact. It was funny. And a scene like that, I was thinking in my head, like, if I was in that situation and I was seeing that, I wouldn't care. I have gone to the bathroom and I don't think I've ever gone to the bathroom and washed my balls on a date, but I have done the old armpit wash. Ooh, I forgot something. Ah, damn it. My uncle did walk in on me one time shaving my balls before a date. This was like 2 weeks ago. This was like 15 years ago. Anyway, he walked in and, whoops, sorry.
I feel like that as an adult, you're just kind of like, oh man, how embarrassing for you. But for me, I don't give a shit.
I didn't give a shit.
She came out and she kind of, I feel like the character dealt with it very charmingly.
No, honestly,
like, it's
yeah.
not what you think. I was just rinsing off my vagina in case we have sex later. He's like, that's exactly what I thought. She's like, yeah, it smelled a little bit like soup.
Yeah, and like that was kind of charming, like that, and some of her other back and forths with that dude to the point to where I was like, I could just kind of watch him.
I could see her pulling a guy like that.
No, I could. Oh yeah, I absolutely could. They act before he's part of her kidnapping. They have very good chemistry together, and like those scenes were pretty good when they were on that date to the point to where I was like, I could kind of just watch like a movie about her and Goldie Hawn on this vacation together. I was like, at that point in the movie, I was like, I don't really need this to turn into a kidnapping movie, and I know it's going to turn into that.
Well, the guy was kind of boring. Like, the fact that he turned out to be part of the kidnapping squad was the most interesting thing about him. Because past that, he was just like, yes, Katamia, I shall take you on an adventure.
Yeah, but I thought they had pretty good chemistry together. And, like, while he was, like, the stereotypical handsome guy you would find, like, in a movie like this, where you go on, like, a vacation and that, some of the back and forths they had, like, if punched up a little bit more, would work. Like, the thing about the soup, like, that was funny. Some of the stuff they had that they were talking about when they were having drinks together, like when they were talking about her being there with her mom, some of that was good. And as for Goldie Hawn, I just loved seeing Goldie Hawn in a movie again.
She's so funny.
Oh yeah, Goldie Hawn's great. Goldie Hawn's great in this movie.
Right after Christopher Maloney exits the movie, Goldie Hawn has this perfect moment where she's like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, yeah.
And she was such a subdued character prior to that you, like, believed the outburst was just, like, from the core of her being.
Oh yeah, like, Goldie Hawn's always amazing. Like, even if Goldie Hawn's been in bad movies, and I don't think this movie's bad, but, like, Goldie Hawn's been in bad movies, but Goldie Hawn is still always awesome in those movies. Even in, like, fucking, like, Town and Country or some shit like that.
That was her and the Banger Sisters, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Susan Sarandon. I enjoyed that movie. But it was very much like the only reason I'm watching this is because of Goldie Hawn and Susan Sarandon. I could give a shit about Susan Sarandon's shitty family.
Right. Yeah. Goldie Hawn was the best part of that movie. No, I kind of liked that movie. I haven't seen it since around it came out, but I did watch it just because Goldie Hawn was in it.
So, Katie Dippold also wrote The Heat. Because I looked her up after the movie was over because her name sounded familiar. She wrote for Parks and Rec, and then she wrote The Heat. I can see that. And I saw a lot of similarities between this movie and The Heat, because it had... Did you? It had a lot of, like, raunchy for raunchiness' sake, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. And it had a lot of, like, super gratuitous, almost cartoonish violence. Which, again, sometimes works and sometimes doesn't.
I actually thought this movie would be more violent than it was, because it has an opening text that says, like, blah, blah, caused so much mayhem in this country. I was like, is this going to get, like, cartoonishly graphic? That might be kind of funny.
They didn't kill a bunch of people.
They did, but it wasn't. It's, like... I'll bet you, like, when Baywatch comes out, that's going to be 10 times more graphic than this movie.
I'm really looking forward to Baywatch, and I'm really hoping it's not disappointing.
Another thing I'll say about, and this is a strength over this movie than Ghostbusters last year, is that at least this movie keeps it to 90 minutes. Like, Ghostbusters really fucking stretched itself out to, like, 2 hours with all of its ad-libbing.
Yeah, but I say with all the people that were in it, I'd imagine they kind of just let them go at times.
I'll bet. You can tell, and sometimes that works, and sometimes it is kind of obnoxious. This movie does go back and forth between being kind of funny to being kind of annoying in some scenes.
See, for me, there weren't any scenes that I can think of that were particularly annoying, except at the beginning, where it was very much like the Amy Schumer Project, or whatever her show's called. Or just, like, her being shitty to people and getting fired and broken up with, and then being shitty to her mother. And then, like, being shitty to her friends, and then being shitty to her brother. Like, oh my god, just go to Ecuador.
That was most of the annoyance in the movie. Once they got to Ecuador, and once the kidnapping picked up, you kind of saw where it was going, and it was really... I know this is a silly comedy, but it was a little convenient, a lot of the way that... Like, I know this movie's not, like, Salvador. I know it's not an Oliver Stone movie, but...
It's gonna feel like they were on a sound stage with a couple of palm trees, and they're just, like, wandering back and forth.
Pretty much. Like... Man, like... This shows me it's way easier to get out of the Amazon. Like, Cannibal Holocaust was wrong.
Yeah, there's like a snake and some poisonous fruit you probably shouldn't eat. And then tapeworms. But past that, you're fine.
Can't fool me. They were in Washington Park here in Springfield. But again, it honestly comes down to like, hey, we should use that random gun right there.
Yeah, good thing it's a harpoon gun laying inches from my face.
Sure, movie.
Good thing we met a special ops person by the pool at the resort we went to.
Even Ike Barrett.
Just happened to have... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just happened to have 3 bulletproof vests.
Right. Yeah. Even the fact that, like, the first people they meet, like, have ties to, like, like, special ops and shit like that. No, like, even Ike Barinholtz started out kind of obnoxious in this movie.
Yeah.
With,
Mama.
There you go.
Mama.
That... Even when his character got funnier, that was still obnoxious.
I came around to it at the very end, but I feel like probably he knows a child who does that and annoys the piss out of him, and so he decided to use it for the movie. That's what it seemed like to me.
Maybe. I mean, at least this movie made better use of Ike Barinholtz than Suicide Squad. he didn't just disappear from the movie 20 minutes in to where afterwards we're like, was that Ike Barinholtz at the beginning of that? I swear that was... Like, he's dropped out of Suicide Squad so fast that I questioned whether it was him. That I was like, was it someone who looked like him? Like, why would you just drop... Apparently, he's in a bunch of deleted scenes from that movie.
I don't care enough to look it up.
No, he's in a bunch of... He's in a bunch of deleted scenes from that movie. I haven't seen the extended cut of it.
It's just him hanging from a rope in the middle of a cage doing like a sexy dance.
Him?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be pretty good.
I'd look it up if that was the case.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. If you'd come across it, I guess I'd go ahead and watch it. I feel bad that I ruined the Christopher Maloney thing for you.
Oh, we spoil shit all the time here.
Just forget about it.
The movie's a rental. Like, there's parts that really didn't work for me, but it's got a good supporting cast. It's got genuine laughs. I mean, if it's something your mom wants to see, my mom would really like this. Like, if it's something your mom wants to see and she wants you to take her to it this weekend, fine. It could be worse. It could be Mother's Day from last year. It's not that. The movie has pretty good laughs in it, but overall, like, if you're not being dragged to it this weekend to see it in the theaters, I'd say it's worth just renting it and watching it at home. It is. It's better than the dinner.
It's fairly trite. Like, I don't know that I'd take my mom to see this. Because it's like, she likes more thoughtful movies than this, but I'd probably take her to see Trainwreck.
Yeah.
Take your mom to see Trainwreck.
Yeah, maybe Trainwreck's getting released somewhere else. And they didn't know what trailers to put in front of it.
They had no idea.
They showed all the lady movie trailers in front of it, but then they ran out.
47 meters down.
That looked awesome.
That looked fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
So it's 2 bitches in like a shark cage, and then the rope snaps, and now they're stuck in a shark cage at the bottom of the ocean. Fuck that.
Here's what one of the girls is Mandy Moore. Here's what this movie is. This movie was 2 guys just sitting there going, ooh, I hate that Mandy Moore. Wish you could just dunk her in a tank and put her at the bottom of the ocean with sharks. And then the other guy goes, I have an idea.
Something, Glenn.
You might be... Oh, that Glenn and his hatred of pop stars. Yeah, that movie, I'm down for that. That movie looked intense. It'll be this year's The Shallows.
It's too intense for me. I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, that looks like something me and Brian will be at.
Okay, girls' trip. That's the where she's peeing.
Speaking of something, I'll ask Brian if he wants to see. That was a different trailer for that movie, and it still looked like shit.
Yeah, it still ended up with her pissing on a bunch of people.
Again, the only funny part of that trailer is still thinking, like, hey, I'll ask Brian and Irving if they want to see this. Not saying that'll happen.
The thought of the Bryans going to this does make me giggle. There was a part that made me laugh because at the very end, she's all like, I've hidden the weed where the sun don't shine. And she's like, you're going to get an infection. And she responds with, you can't get an infection in your booty hole. It's a booty hole. And the lady behind me went, wee-hee-hee-hee, booty hole.
Oh, yeah. I heard that too. The lady sitting behind us.
She's so delighted by the concept of a booty hole.
That character in that movie looks fucking annoying.
I wasn't really following the thread. Just
the plot of Girls' Trip.
Yeah, some ladies going to try to get their groove back, but instead they end up peeing on some people. And the one's boyfriend, I guess, used to be cheating on her, but turns out
Luke Cage.
Still cheating on her.
Yeah.
So those girls had better trip over to where he's at and get mad at him.
Oh, if it was... they're better off. If this was a Tyler Perry movie, the evil black man would like give them AIDS or something.
If it was a Tyler Perry movie, they'd make up because you need a man in your life.
Well, that might happen in this movie too. But first, someone will get urinated on. Yeah. I don't remember that from a Tyler Perry movie.
The House?
Oh, the Will Ferrell movie.
Oh, yeah. Still looks very funny.
Yeah.
Still got Jason Mantzoukas in it. So like, oh. Makes me laugh every time.
It does me too. I've seen this trailer like 3 or 4 times now, and that part in the trailer with Mantzoukas still cracks me up.
I was watching Amy Poehler for that scene this time around, because I wanted to see what sort of face she was making. She was doing an excellent job of just being in the foreground while he was being fucking hilarious behind her. She is a goddamn team player.
Yeah.
War for
the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
This is the part where you lean to me and go, I don't think they know what trailers to put in front of this. And I lean to you and go, I'm surprised they haven't shown us the Rough Night trailer yet. But spoiler, that's coming up.
Yeah.
But War for Planet of the Apes, like honestly, the previous 2 movies I thought were perfectly okay. Mm-hmm. This one I'm kind of excited for, just for like the Woody Harrelson stuff. Like shit, he looks scary in this. Like fucking.
He hates those apes so much.
Yeah, like he's a younger version of like Kurtz from Apocalypse Now or some shit. Like that looks. Yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah, I didn't love the other 2 movies like a lot of people did, but this one, I don't know, looks like it might be. Looks like I might like it a little better.
And there's like the one like Samuel L. Jackson from Django Monkey, who's like on the human side.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, it looks intense and heartbreaking, which is not really my kind of movie. So maybe someone else will go. Maybe Dave will go see that one, would you?
Maybe. I remember we reviewed the first one. I reviewed the second one by myself.
Oh, you poor thing. Yeah, the first one was the one with Malfoy in it.
Oh, fuck, yeah, right. Where they gave him
Get your
Heston's
hands off
lines.
me, you damn dirty ape.
And the second one I thought was it was a movie. It was fine. I didn't love it. But
if I see the third one without having seen the second one, will I be lost? Maybe. Just be like, who's that monkey?
I could see him referencing some things that do happen in the second movie. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe Dave has seen those movies. I don't know. I know it'd be funny if Phelan was in town when that comes out, because he laughed his ass off at like the first one or second one when like Allison told me about this when like I think she was doing something at the computer and Phelan's watching TV. One of those movies is on, and one of the monkeys gets like shot and falls off the rail and like lands on a table and breaks it, and all of a sudden Phelan's like, bruh! This stupid monkey just fell off the fucking table.
So zany.
Yeah,
this is what
they'll be zany.
Yeah. Baywatch.
I hadn't seen this trailer for Baywatch yet.
It's the Red Band trailer. I actually saw like the Rock announced like today or yesterday, like the Red Band trailer's out. You should watch it. And it's got more F-bombs in it.
Yeah.
Talking about their balls more.
It's a funny trailer. Like it shows an extended part where he goes, "We were in lifeguard pursuit," and the cop goes,
"Oh, that's fine then."
Oh, okay then. I'm pretty sure I'll be with Allison seeing that because she's a huge Baywatch fan. Because of that, she's really not looking forward to this movie, but which I get, I understand that. But like I didn't really watch Baywatch when it was on because I had Cinemax. So I don't know. The movie looks pretty funny to me.
I'll see it when it's on Netflix. It'll be eventually. Rough Night.
Yeah, there was a different trailer for that movie.
This trailer made me laugh a bunch of times. If it wasn't for the Very Bad Things plot line, I'd probably be really looking forward to it.
It looks just like Very Bad Things. I doubt this movie's gonna go to the really morbid places that movie went. In which case, I'll probably like Very Bad Things better. Because Very Bad Things is... I don't know if I really laugh hysterically in that movie, but I at least respect it. Because that movie fucking goes places. I doubt this movie will do anything quite as dark as that movie did.
Well, it's like you accidentally kill a stripper.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you not just call the cops?
Yeah.
It's what is the assumption here, that you're gonna go to jail?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't fucking move the body, just call the cops.
Yeah.
It seems like a non-issue to me, which is part of what I find annoying.
In Very Bad Things, wasn't it also an issue where, like, there was drugs involved, and, like, he's getting married, like, the next day or the day after or some shit like that? I can't remember, but I mean, at least maybe this movie will set it up like that, too. At least Very Bad Things established itself in that, like, yeah, it seems like these motherfuckers would probably do this in that situation.
Yeah, this is like if it was just like Girls Trip, but with these actresses, I'd be really excited because it's Kate McKinnon, it's Scarlett Johansson, it's that bitch from 21 Jump Street. I always like her and stuff. She's in Workaholics.
That fucking bitch.
You know the bitch that she's got.
Jillian.
Yeah.
Why am I suddenly blanking on her fucking name? She was in fucking Fist Fight.
Yeah.
Jillian Jacob? I can't remember.
She got kind of face like.
Yeah. Yeah, she was in fucking Office Christmas Party, too.
Mm-hmm.
Ileana Glazer, yeah. Nah, it looks, I don't know. That could go either way, yeah.
Kingsman Golden Circle.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I love Kingsman, so I'm excited for the second one. We didn't see, did you go see Kingsman? Because we didn't. I
think I was going to, but you took David, maybe?
No. Dave and Brian saw it. I went back.
That's right.
I went back later to go see it on my own because that was the night that you and I were at 50 Shades of Grey.
Fucking that's right. I thought there was some reason I was mad about that movie.
Yeah.
But I went back and I watched it when it came out on DVD, and I really enjoyed it. I was a little annoyed by, like, the end, like, here's your butt sex to which you are entitled for having saved the day. And he's like, yes, indeed I am.
I was fine with that, because it's like it's playing itself like a Bond movie in that regard. Only if in the Bond movie the girl's like, now fuck me in the ass. Like, so I was
guess it
nice.
is basically taking it to the logical progression.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny.
Christmas only comes once a year because I fucked her in the butt.
Well, those movies are basically, and I'm guessing the second one will be too, but the first one is essentially like a hard R Roger Moore Bond movie.
Yes, it is.
And which is awesome, because it's like, let's go to space. Because sure.
And I was almost scared because, like, they were doing, like, this person, this person, this person, this person, and this person. And none of those fucking names were Colin Firth.
Oh, he's
But then Colin Firth shows up. He's got an eye patch.
Uh-huh. It's going to be badass. I'm looking forward to it. Was that it?
That's it.
I think,
Fifth Element?
Yeah, the Fifth Element re-release is coming to Springfield, so that's cool. So yeah, Fifth Element's coming up next week, and then Thursday is like Alien Covenant, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul.
Who saw the first one?
No one, but I saw the third one. This doesn't matter though, because it's a reboot.
How many are there?
This is technically the fourth, but it's a reboot. Because fuck you. And
you see the Wimpy Kid's origin story.
It's like a different cast, because, I don't know, I guess Steve Zahn is too old to play the dad. I don't know. So it's Tom Everett Scott. Yeah, that's next week.
Excuse me.
We'll try to do like another live episode on not Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but Alien Covenant.
That sounds exciting.
Alright, all that's next week. It's an early night, I don't have another movie after this. See ya.